and demanded $200.
Now we're watching her escalate.
Yeah.
She's starting to kind of get bored with herself.
Yeah.
Because that's a part of it, too. There's also the H.H. Holmes, L. Ron Hubbard now style of my lies are getting too simple and my life is too uncomplicated. I need more drama.
Yeah. And she had also, when she was living with that Ed guy, he said that she would just sit there and talk all the time about these fantasies that she had about living this like Bonnie and Clyde outlaw lifestyle, which she'd pretty much just kill and rob her way across the United States.
Meanwhile, it's like, I just thought we were going to sit, drink beers, and watch The Wheel.
Oh, I love The Wheel.
Yeah, but that's how it works with serial killers. They start that fantasy, but Eileen was verbalizing her fantasy.
Because it also validated her whole existence.
Yeah.
As that she can then erase all of the horrible shit she came from if she became a fucking, like, wandering desperado.
Now, the only thing that got out of prison was her talent for running and her long list of aliases, which included names like Cammie Green, Susan Lynn Blahovec, and Lori Christine Grody.
Usually people give themselves aliases like John Henseman or like, like Glorious Pete.
My alias is Winton Arthur Danforth III.
And you're such a jerk off. But she went with Grody and what was it? Blahovec?
Blahovec.
Yeah.
They call me Randy Bucket Bottom.
Why, sir?
Look at my bottom.
Makes sense.
Swirling around like a big old saucy bucket of paint.
After Ed, Eileen switched over to the other side and had a brief relationship with a woman named Tony. But Eileen said after she bought Tony a pressure cleaning business, Tony ran off with the tank while Eileen was out buying booze.
Okay.
What a perfect business for a lesbian couple.
A pressure cleaning business?
Some lesbians just cleaning the front of a barnacle-covered building.
Why not?
But in 1986, Eileen would finally find the oddest tool to her Henry Lee Lucas and Tyra Ty Moore when the two met in a Daytona gay bar appropriately named Zodiac.
That's a really cool name for a bar.
Yeah. Now, Ty had moved to Florida from Ohio, Latin out of her small hometown that wouldn't accept her as a lesbian. And for 4 years, the two would live together in spare rooms, trailers, hotel rooms, and even the woods if times were tough. But that was all right for the most part, as their favorite hobbies were shooting guns and drinking beer, which are both wonderful activities for the woods.
They're great
my God.
activities for the woods.
Yeah.
Chasing squirrels, counting leaves.
How many leaves do you count?
I think I got 5, but you know what? I don't think I can count past 5.
It's always just 5. Yeah, that's a hell of a time.
Yeah.
Beer, guns, and woods.
Yeah, man. But unlike the Henry Lee Lucas Audits Tool relationship, Ty had no real criminal record, honest living as a hotel maid most of the time.
Ty, listen, I've been meaning to talk to you about this. You know your progress report's coming up.
Yeah.
Again, I want to say you're doing great. The faucets have been crazy shiny.
Yeah.
TVs have been incredibly polished, dust-free.
Yeah.
But we've been getting some letters. You
it-
are visibly covered in pine cones. And I believe, and I don't want to come at you for your sexual beliefs or your religious tendencies or whatever it is. But I believe that is a squirrel living in your hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are we gonna do something?
You know what? Smell me.
Maple.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why the room smells so nice.
Fantastic.
Yep. Employee of the month.
But Eileen, she continued her work as a highway prostitute. She actually said when she was arrested that she hadn't held an actual job since like 1984.
But she is working her ass off, I'll tell you that.
She made fairly good money for a drifter, actually.
Yeah.
Because she said she $400 a night hooking.
Sometimes. It was either somewhere between like $20, sometimes like $300 or $400, depending.
But you have to be honest.
Yeah.
You need to have some kind of charm about you.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she's not doing it for high rates.
No, and especially in Florida, the competition is steep.
Yeah, you're taking it look like $5 a tug, right? How much would be for a tug?
I
10
think
to 20?
I think like 10 to 20, yeah.
So that's a lot of
I mean, there's a whole list. You know, you got your tugs
Around the
your
world.
around the world,
upside down.
your front backs.
Yeah.
You know, there's
clowning around. There's clowning around. There's ringmastering around. There's horsing around.
You got the John Mullen. You don't want to get into the John Mullen. Oh, my goodness.
Now, although this is a huge exaggeration, Eileen said she slept with 250,000 men over her career. Now, if we do a little fuck math here, that would mean...
And is this a Common Core thing? Because I can't do Common Core.
No, it's fuck math.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fuck math. That would mean that she would have had to sleep with an average of 35 every day, beginning at the age of 15.
She is the Wilt Chamberlain of drifters.
If Will Chamberlain
Wow.
had a vagina the size of a mailbox.
Yeah. Now, when she says that, though, is she only talking about full-on sex or maybe all sexual acts? Because I guess it's possible.
If you do
35 per night, every night.
If you just count, like, winking at a boy as a sexual act,
well, then
maybe that is.
Call me a sex offender. All I do is wink.
At boys?
You don't wink. Never wink.
Now, while Ty was pretty much Eileen's whole world, Ty would have friends from work over to whatever hotel room they happened to be crashing in at the time, and these visits invariably set off Eileen's jealous streak. Almost every friend who came over had the same thing to say about Eileen. She was outwardly friendly, but there was something mean and menacing underneath, which would come out with the slightest provocation. And we've all hung out with people like that, where they're laughing, they're smiling, they're having a good get a feeling from them.
A psychopath.
Yeah, it's that pit bull feeling.
And you don't know what's going to trigger them because you don't know their mind.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre.
It's always we had a guy that was always do that where at some point in the night he was always like punching himself in the face.
Yeah. But so he wouldn't punch you.
He's a doctor now.
Is he really?
Yes.
Good for him.
In one incident, just before the murders began, Ty had a friend over to the Casa del Mar Hotel for a Thanksgiving meal of frozen turkey TV dinners.
Ooh. Some people think that's sad, but I think that's fun.
Honestly, I think it's kind of fun.
It's way fun.
But it's fun because it's so sad.
I used to have TV dinners all the time.
See, I don't think they were having this. This wasn't their ironic Thanksgiving.
No.
No, I didn't do it. I don't
This
do
wasn't
that.
a
I never
hipster.
eat. I'll never eat anything ironically. Don't even. That's ridiculous.
But I do think that because of this, they should change the name of the meal to Hungry Woman.
I agree with that 100%.
I believe, since I'm a third waiver, it should be hungry people.
You're right.
I think it should be people in need. No, hungry
People
is-
with a food deficiency set meals for them they see.
We should call it glop.
Yeah.
That's it.
The friend said that Eileen seemed friendly, but didn't eat, and instead chose to just stare at her throughout the whole meal.
So, Eileen, what's your new diet plan?
I'll stare and wait for a goddamn reason to do something. How you like a turkey? Salty, right?
It's good, turkey.
I love you. I hate you. Which one?
I don't know. The turkey is good.
You want to taste my turkey?
Absolutely not.
It's here in my pants dish.
I'm actually. I'm gonna walk out the room backwards.
Yeah, later that night, Eileen got drunk and started waving around her pistol, saying she'd shot herself in the stomach accidentally a few years back, which she in fact had.
Humble brag.
Humble. Yeah,
Well, I mean, there's a lot of debate as to whether this was like a